Y'all, good afternoon and welcome to this episode of the Rockin' Family Outdoors. On today's episode, we're going to go through all of our gear, all of our rods, reels, and tackle, show you the evolution of what I started off with and what we currently are using. So do me a favor before we start this video, smash that subscribe button, help my channel out. Let's get to it. All right, y'all, so the first rods that I'm going to talk about is the rods I've had the longest. These are the Whisker Seeker, the Chad Ferguson FMJ series. These are medium heavies. Most of my rods are medium heavies. This is the spin cast edition. For the reel, I have an Akuma. This is the ABF Series 6500 series with a double drag system. Okay, this is a go-getter. I've had this rod for a long time. Going on 5-6 years now. These rods have stood the test of time, and they're all around a good rod. I have nothing bad to say about them. I just wanted, over the time, I wanted to try different kind of rods and reels. I hate to kind of stick to just one thing, but they're a good rod. I also had the cast version, same Whisker Seeker FMJ series. I've actually had these rods longer. I think this rod's like 7-8 years old. The paint does kind of fade if you leave them out in the sun very long, so this is not a rod you want to leave outside in your truck or whatnot. You want to try to keep it inside. These are the first kind of non-Walmart combo rod and reels that I ordered when I started getting serious about catfishing. These are good reels. These reels are this is the Akuma cold water. These are 7000 series with the line counter. These reels are great for kayak fishing. If you don't have a graph on a kayak, you can always tell the depth of the water. You got to get, it's almost a built-in depth finder. So overall, for bank fishing, these reels are kind of difficult. If you're not used to bait casters, this kind of takes some getting used to. But overall, with some practice, you can get it down. But all in all, good rod, good reel, nothing bad to say, other than for your early bait casters, people that are not used to bait casters, you know, it's going to take some practice. So that's the Whisker Seekers. The next rod I have is the Catch the Fever Ravix rods. These rods right here, super light, two-piece rods. If you are like me, like we have the Malibu, we don't have a truck. These are two-piece rods, so you can take it apart and put it in your trunk. I keep saying but these rods were designed by our good friend Spencer Bauer, River Certified. I just got these rods for Christmas, so I've caught one decent fish and it felt really good. Two piece, they have the grips on the back for when you're holding the rod for you to grip on. They also have, which not a lot of catfish rods have, is the trigger hold. I love that. I really love that. It's kind of hard to find a catfish rod with a trigger grip. I have it teamed with a PC Fun Alios 400. It's 8-1 rear gear ratio reel. I love these reels. They also have a line counter edition. If you want that line counter, once again, if you're kayaking and you want that that depth finder on the boat without a graph, they also come with the line counter. I'm not sponsored by any of these brands, so I'm just giving y'all my honest opinion. These are one of the best reels on the market for the price. This rod is one of the best on the market for the price. I believe these rods are going for around $62 or $65. You can't even go into Walmart and get a rod for what these are going for, and they are super nice, super durable, and I can't wait for years and years of use with it. So I have the Ravic series and the spin cast rod. This reel right here is brand new. I've yet to catch a fish on this reel, so I can't really, it casts really good. It's the Penn Pursuit 5. It's a 6000 series reel. I just got this one for Christmas, so I haven't caught a fish on it yet, but I'll tell you, it casts really nice. And once again, it's on the Ravic series, the 2-piece. This is just a spin cast version. I try to keep some spin reels because I take a lot of novice fishermen that haven't really fished a lot out. I like to take them fishing, and when I'm out casting rods, they hey, can I help, can I cast one out? And I typically don't, you know, if you're not used to a bait caster, I do the bait casting reels because I don't want to end up with a bunch of knots and have to mess with reels. So sure, so that's why I keep some of the spin reels around, so they can cast them out because it's something they're used to. So all right, the next rods are kind of on the higher end. These are the Catch the Fever Hellcat Revenge rods. Y'all, these are the Cadillac of catfishing. Okay, I had the pink edition. I also have the green edition. Me and Amber have nicknamed these rods Cosmo and Wanda. As y'all seen in the footage that I'm probably going to show now, I actually had one other of these rods that got snatched out of my hands. I about cried. But once again, we have these teamed with the Alios 400 from PC Fun. Like I said, these rods are really awesome. I mean, these reels are really awesome. I can't see me buying anything else anytime soon. So you know, that's my kind of distance for rods. The Whisker Seeker, at the time when I bought them, they were around $100. The Catch the Fever Revenges, you can kind of find them all over the place as far as prices, but they're fairly expensive. And the economical choice would be the Ravic series. Like I said, $60, and you got you one really nice catfish rod. Moving on to our terminal tackle and our lines. On all my rods, I have the same line. I have the Beyond Braid 8-strand. Okay, I used to be a diehard mono fan until I started fishing in small streams with a bunch of cover. So I wanted to do away with all the stretch. So I ended up kind of doing some research on some braids. And one day I was on TikTok, and I kept seeing these commercials on TikTok. They had a killer deal on a spool of line, and I ain't gonna lie, y'all, the Beyond Braid brand has not let me down. I have yet to lose a fish because of broken braid. This is an 80-pound. Very reasonably priced. There's a lot more expensive out there. You know, you got to be some cautious with some brands. If they're too cheap, normally it's too good to be true. But I'll tell y'all what, I've lined every single rod we have with this, and it's done us right. For leader, I have the Reaction Tackle leader. I may show y'all some clips in this video of some fish we lost this past year. A lot of it was because of the leader line I was using. I think I bought the Cast King leader line, and all I gotta say about that is it just didn't, it broke. It was brittle. I lost some really good fish. So I did what I always do. I asked some other guys for some suggestions, and they gave me the Reaction Tackle brand. Really reasonably priced, and so far I have yet to lose a fish because of this leader line. It's really strong. I know it may sound crazy. We're using 80 to 100 pound braid and 80-pound leader, y'all, but we fished some thick brush trying to get them big flatheads out, and this right here prevents us from losing fish. So big fan of the Reaction Tackle leader line there. For hooks, I've tried many different hook brands. The Whisker Seeker Triple Threat, their Super J's. I've tried it all. Y'all, I've really come to love the Dragon Master hook series. They're a thin wire hook and really super duper sharp. And I hate to say it, they stay sharp. I have yet to really have to sharpen one of these. They really do stay sharp. Reasonably priced, and all around just a good hook. And typically for our weights, I use a 4 ounce disc weight, 4 to 6 ounce depending on where we're fishing at. I use no roll sometimes, but typically I use the paddles. They're easy to take on and off. And I actually am about to make another video where I can show y'all how to make sinkers using a lead melter and that sort of thing. So stick tuned for that project coming soon. All right, so I hope y'all enjoyed this short video on an overview of our rods and reels and tackle. I'm gonna put links in the description on every rod, every reel, and all of our terminal tackle. You know, when you're just starting fishing, you start off using the Walmart combos and the Ugly Stick GX2s. There's nothing wrong with that. It's just when you fish a lot, you tend to want to step up your gear to more professional grade, and that's exactly what we've done. I've caught some of the biggest fish I've ever caught on my first flathead on the Whisker Seeker FMJ. I've literally caught the biggest fish of my life on the Catch the Fever series rods with Spencer, and then the 2 Ravix rods. Y'all, that's the most economical, friendly, high-end rod you could buy on the market. I can't speak highly enough about it. Kudos to my good friend Spencer. He did a great job designing that rod. So y'all, I'm gonna put links for all of this stuff in the description. Do me a favor, smash that like and subscribe, and we'll see y'all on the next one. Peace.